Our land position now sits at 2,600 square kilometers in the Seal Basin. This is a historical copper basin that has never really seen the level of exploration that most copper basins have seen. So, we wanted to really take advantage of that first mover opportunity and really secure the majority of the basin before other people started taking a look at it.
Hi, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. Joining me now is Tyrell Sutherland. He is the CEO of Viridian Metals. And Tyrell, how are you? Good to see you.
Great. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Steve.
Yeah, excited to talk a little bit more about what's been going on with the company. I know you've had some massive news that puts you in a category above everybody else in Newfoundland. We'll talk about that in just a second, but maybe give me a bit of background on yourself and Viridian.
Okay, yeah. So I was one of the founders of Viridian. We started this to chase projects in Labrador in 2021. What ultimately came out of that was that there were some absolutely massive projects with potential that, we thought we could, advance them to a stage where we could get a lot of majors interested. The recent BHP Explorer news, I think, is proof of that. People are starting to kind of take a look at what we're doing and the scale of projects that we're looking at.
It just takes one to get the whole sort of rush started, and Newfound Gold was one of those, and then Newfoundland became the talk of the town, and literally has been ever since. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it really is. But for whatever reason, when Newfound Gold got off the ground, Labrador was still wide open. Traditionally, it's not seen as a gold area, but for base metals, I mean, it's got Voisey's Bay, one of the best discoveries in Canada in the last 35 years, and also has been one of the biggest per capita mining jurisdictions in Canada as well.
Yeah, and so this led us into the news that you had out recently of staking more ground. In fact, now you're the largest claim holder in Newfoundland and Labrador, and this is by some margin, right?
Yes, by almost 1,000 square kilometers, actually. Our land position now sits at 2,600 square kilometers in the Seal Basin. This is a historical copper basin that has never really seen the level of exploration that most copper basins have seen. So, we wanted to really take advantage of that first mover opportunity and really secure the majority of the basin before other people started taking a look at it.
So Tyrell, how do you attack something like that when you have such a large land package? Are you concentrating on certain areas right now for this year, or what's the plan?
Well, and this is where the Explorer partnership comes in. BHP asked if we could take a really broad look at the entire basin. Now, one of the issues with Labrador is that the level of geological knowledge about a lot of these areas is pretty minimal. So, I mean, there's very basic questions about the Seal Basin that have never been answered, and that has really previously kept most majors from taking a real serious look at it. But I mean, the one thing we do know is that there is copper in the basin, and then the copper is mobile in the basin. So, once we start taking the mineral systems approach of looking well, if this was like every other basin, where would we expect to find the big copper deposits? And it's in parts of the basin that no one has even done, in a lot of cases, basic geology. So, we're going to take a really broad look at the basin in the first part of the year and then use that to guide our follow-up for the second half in Q2 and Q3.
Is it more so Tyrell just boots on the ground doing some soil sampling? Is it running some surveys, or have you got to that point yet?
Well, actually, at this point, it's still desktop surveys.
Okay.
There's a lot of really detailed satellite imagery that's been produced over the last few years, as well as hyperspectral and detailed topographic surveys that have never really been correlated with the existing geology. So we're going to really take a step back and say, well, we have this high resolution photography. Why don't we use it and then use that to guide the geology that we have on the ground, and then utilizing that, we can say, well, what were the best parts of the basin to go and follow up with some boots on the ground work.
And lastly, Tyrell, it seems in my research of the company, just the excitement of the untapped potential of Labrador. Is that a great way to describe it?
That is, I mean, when I first went out there, I was looking up mineral showings, and I think in the government database, one of the showings that we have on our project, they said, native copper, so pure copper in the ground in outcrop. It said up to 10 centimeters. Well, we got out there the first trip, and it was 10 centimeters thick in plates that were 5 meters long.
Mm.
You just don't see that anywhere else in Canada, or in the very rare occurrences you do, it's been in projects that have been staked up for 50 years.
Well, it's exciting days ahead for sure. We look forward to following the story as it continues to develop. Tyrell, thanks so much. Good to see you, and good luck with everything.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Steve. I'll keep you
All right,
updated.
yeah, good. I look forward to it. Tyrell Sutherland, the CEO of Radian Metals.